They tried to make you feel small. Now your growth is making them feel insecure. They try to make you feel small, but now your growth is making them look insecure because the person they tried to shrink is becoming stronger in front of everyone. They wanted you to doubt yourself. They wanted you to question your worth. They wanted you to feel like your voice was too much. Your dreams were too big and your confidence was a problem. They did not attack you because you were weak. They attacked you because something in you made them uncomfortable. They knew how to do it slowly. They made small comments about your looks, your choices, your goals, and your emotions. They laughed at things that mattered to you. They made you feel childish for wanting better, dramatic for speaking up, and proud for having boundaries. That kind of treatment can break a person quietly. You started checking yourself before you speak. You started hiding your excitement because you did not want them to mock it. You started becoming smaller just to keep peace with someone who was never at peace with you. And for a while, it worked. You stopped sharing your plans. You stopped celebrating small wins. You stopped trusting your own voice. You started wondering if maybe you were doing too much, asking for too much, or believing in yourself too much. That was exactly what they wanted. They wanted your confidence to deepen. They wanted your confidence to depend on their approval. They wanted you to feel lucky that they tolerated you. They wanted you to keep asking validation from the same person who kept making you feel less than enough. They wanted you emotionally low because because a low version of you was easier to control. Every time you tried to rise, they found a way to pull you back down. If you were happy, they became cold. If you were excited, they minimized it. If you were improving, they acted unimpressed. If people noticed you, they became uncomfortable. They called it honesty, but it was insecurity. They called it advice, but it was control. They called you sensitive, but they were the ones who could not handle your confidence. They needed you small so they could feel big. The pain was real because you cared about them. You wanted support from them. You wanted them to be proud of you. You wanted them you wanted them to see your heart. You wanted them to see your heart, your effort, and your growth, and your growth without turning into with and your growth without turning it into a competition. But they could not do that. They could not clap for you without feeling threatened. They could not encourage you without feeling like they were losing power. They could not let you shine without trying to dim the light first. So they kept trying to reduce you with words, silence, criticism, and emotional games. Then something changed inside you. You got tired of shrinking to make someone else comfortable. You got tired of apologizing for having dreams. You got tired of pretending their words did not hurt. You got tired of living like your confidence needed permission. You started growing quietly. You stopped telling them every plan. You stopped giving them access to every part of your heart. You stopped waiting for them to believe in you before you believed in yourself. You stopped needing their approval to take the next step. That is when the control started failing. Their criticism no longer carried the same weight. Their silence no longer made you feel invisible. Their lack of support no longer stopped you from moving. Their opinions no longer decided how far you were allowed to go. You began to rebuild yourself in private. You started showing up for your goals. You started learning, working, healing, improving, and becoming more disciplined. You started becoming the version of yourself they were afraid they were afraid you would become. And now they can see it. They can see your confidence returning. They see your voice becoming stronger. They see your peace becoming harder to disturb. They see people respecting the same person they tried to make feel worthless. That is why your growth is making them look insecure. Because the more you rise, the more their behavior makes sense to people. People are starting to notice that they never had a real reason, and they never had a real reason to put you down. People are starting to see that their criticism was never wisdom. It was jealousy hiding behind judgment. Now their comments look bitter. Their silence looked uncomfortable. Their fake confidence looks forced. Their need to minimize you look like fear. That is the exposure they did not expect. They thought making you feel small would keep you quiet forever. They thought their opinions would become their identity. They thought you would always see yourself through the pain they caused. They thought you would never grow past the version of you they tried to control. But you did. You did. You grow beyond their insult. You grow beyond their coldness. You grow beyond their emotional punishment. You grow beyond the fear of being misunderstood by someone who never wanted to understand you. Now they may try to act like they always supported you. They may try to become close when other people started noticing your progress. They may pretend they are proud of you now. They may even say you changed, as if your growth is an offense. But deep down, they know the truth. They know they tried to keep you small. They know they mocked. They know they mocked what they should have protected. They knew they made you feel insecure because your potential exposed their own emptiness. They know your growth is revealing the part of them they tried to hide. That is their regret. They regret that you did not stay the person they could control. They regret that their words did not destroy your confidence forever. They regret that the same person they underestimated is now becoming proof that they were never as powerful as they thought. And the most painful part for them is that you were not growing to prove them wrong. You were growing because you finally chose yourself. You are growing because you remembered your worth. You are growing because you stopped letting insecure people decide how much space you were allowed to take up. Now your life is speaking clearly. It says their criticism did not define you. It says their rejection did not limit you. It says their attempts to make you feel small only push you to become more serious about your own healing, peace, and success. They tried to make you feel small. But now your growth is making them look insecure because every step you take forward proves they were never trying to correct you. They were trying to contain you. Thank you for watching. If this is your first time coming across this face, I am Alice. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share, and why not hit the notification bell so that anytime that I post a new video like this one, you will be the first person to see. To my returning subscribers, I say a very big thank you. I appreciate all your support, your likes, your comments. Thank you so much for always being there to support me.